scam, noun, a dishonest scheme, a fraud. Now that's a word I have seen being thrown around quite a bit when it comes to the Derral Eves 30-day creator challenge that has recently happened and then ended and happened again, I guess. And this is one of those videos I almost feel guilty making because I actually got to meet Derral Eves and even talk to him at VidCon London at this thing right here. And hey, even though you can't really get a life-changing advice from a guy from just talking to him in 20 seconds, it was still like, you know, whatever. And hey, it was probably even just the last event to even happen this year before everything went down the drain. It literally happened in the last few days of February, so they could not have timed it better even if they tried. But anyway, enough about VidCon London. Let's talk about the 30-day creator challenge and the absolute circus it has become. At first I thought I was the only one who thought, yeah, maybe this isn't the most useful thing in the world. At first I felt weird about it. I thought that maybe I was the only one who really found that there was something off about it, just judging by how hyped everyone seemed to be about it in the Discord for it. But thankfully when I talked to some more people about it, it looks like thankfully I'm not the only person who thought it was a bit of a waste of time. So let's go over the saga, shall we? Basically, if you don't know, Derral Eves is a YouTuber focused on growing other people's channels. He has worked with big YouTubers before, and he makes videos about how to grow on YouTube. And I always have this mixed feelings about his videos because they always seem to jump around the fact that none of the stuff they show is, you know, guaranteed to help, even if they act like this thing will help you and it's going to be amazing for your channel. And that vibe ran very deep through the 30-day creator challenge. From the things he was writing in the emails, from the titles and thumbnails of the videos he was making for the challenge, it all felt like it was almost serving an ego to a point. Just seemed to ignore so much of the reality of what YouTube is like. Now, the main point of the challenge was that in 30 days you would receive different tasks from Derral Eves for your channel, and if you were to do them, apparently it was supposedly supposed to help your channel, but also people who'd done all the tasks would be entered in a draw to get a ultimate workstation for the creative work on YouTube. And it's like, I like free stuff and maybe I'll learn something new for the channel, so I decided to join in. And it quickly became apparent that this was a bit, let's just say, underwhelming. First off, the very first thing I realized is that you don't even have to do the tasks. There's no one checking if you do the tasks for the prize or anything. It was more of this, you know, do them if you have to thing, but there was this very obvious aura of this peer pressure coming from people who are just eating this stuff up, saying that, you know, you want to do it, of course, because of course it would help your channel. But then I started looking into the challenges that were being sent, and let's just say my skepticism just went straight through the roof, because the very first challenge, it wasn't something to, you know, help with your SEO, it wasn't something to, you know, help you create more interesting videos, help you edit better, or anything like that. No. The very first challenge was to get an accountability buddy, whatever that is. Basically, what he wanted us to do is, you know, pair up with someone and have us be kind of accountable for each other and like motivators, I guess. Which not only does it automatically exclude all the extremely introverted and socially anxious people like me, but also it just isn't necessary for YouTube. Like, the algorithm doesn't care about if you have an accountability buddy or whatever, but it also just felt wrong to promote this kind of thing to people who wanted to be YouTubers, I think. Because it doesn't prepare people for the life of a creative, be it on YouTube or on any other platform. You need to be able to do everything independently. You need to be able to do everything yourself. If you need someone else to be there to motivate you, if you need someone else to be there just to kind of, you know, hold you accountable or whatever, then you're already doing it wrong. Because in these kind of careers, be it YouTube or any other, you know, creative career, you won't have someone like that. You need to be independent about it. So it just felt wrong. Not only that, but as I talked about in videos before, having like someone there to motivate you, I also don't think is the greatest thing in the world. I think people should just be able to learn to be motivated themselves and not rely on external sources of motivation, because it's just not healthy. It's not teaching them on how to be effective in the real world. So yeah, it was already off to a rough start for me, but more of the challenges kept coming in and I would just quickly glance at the email and just go, yeah, no, that's done for every single one almost. Firstly, because it was obviously clear that one of the main things he wanted out of it was to get more views on his videos. Because every single email was stated, hey, if you want to learn this, if you want your channel to grow, watch this video, watch this live stream, tune into this live stream, watch this video, now watch this video. Like, he never explained anything that wasn't in a video. And just from some of the thumbnails and the descriptions of these videos, I could tell something is off. And again, it's this very weird aura of, this will work. Trust me, don't think about it, this will work. Only to discover that all behind this facade, all there was very generic advice. Like, look through the videos that do well and do more of those videos. And apparently that's supposed to take you to 1 million views. And that's just, you know, annoying on so many levels. Because not only is it, you know, kind of common sense to do more of the videos that do well, but also just to kind of have the gut to then say that that's gonna instantly take you to, like, you know, 1 million views, just felt wrong. Or doing things like uselessly creating, you know, tables of your top performing videos, even though you can literally just, you know, go on analytics and look right there to see what are your best performing videos right now. No need to make lists or whatever. It all felt so redundant, and yet people were so hyped about it. But thankfully, I was not the only one who thought some things were off. Hey, everyone from the future here. One thing I can't believe I didn't talk about in a main video is that none of it is really necessary, and just makes it seem a lot more like just an exercise in trying to keep you, you know, hyped up and get unrealistically hyped for growth on YouTube, either just to get views, to boost your own ego, or I don't know, just for the fun of it. Because the only difference between this and, say, watching any of his videos he was already making, or watching anyone else who does videos of growing on YouTube, there is no difference. The only difference is that you get email reminders about it constantly, and that you can win that editing station, and like, that's really it. It just feels completely unnecessary, seeing how the only difference is essentially a giveaway. But I think my main problem about it is the same problem I have with most kind of online YouTube tips and tricks in general, and that is that they are made to be generic rather than, you know, contextual for a channel. And in the reality of modern YouTube, unless you're someone just starting out, that is simply not helpful. By the very, you know, definition, those videos try to cover as broad of a topic as possible and apply to as many channels as possible, giving stuff that, you know, you may or may not have already done. But the thing is that it's not really like that in the real world. Every channel is in a different scenario, different situation. These videos cannot apply to every single channel. They try to cover it in a most, you know, generic, apply to all basis. But in reality, that just cannot help, at least to people who already know the basics of YouTube and know what they're doing. For people who are just starting out, those are great, knowing how to, you know, do SEO, whatever. But there's only so many times you can just repeat in a video how to do SEO correctly or whatever. But by the very nature, those videos do not have the context to help you specifically with whatever your channel is specifically doing wrong or struggling with, or whatever is bottlenecking your channel currently. So that's why offering reviews instead of doing these more generic videos seems to be a really popular option right now, because they specifically give specific advice to a specific channel with the context of the channel, not just the context of where YouTube is right now and where YouTube is heading, but instead with the exact context of where your channel is right now. And when it comes to YouTube and pretty much anything, that's what separates someone giving good advice and bad advice. It's the context. It's using context instead of giving something generic. But that's just, you know, one of the problems of this whole challenge. The other one is that there is just such an aura of hubris around the whole thing, if that makes sense. The aura of, this will definitely help you, trust me, there's no way I'm wrong about this. This will definitely work, I'm definitely not wrong about this. This will definitely work, just do it, just give me views, just watch my videos to see how to make your channel grow, 100% guaranteed. Like one of those, you know, ad scams you see online. The aura of the whole thing just felt off. And I am very relieved to see that I wasn't the only one who felt it wasn't the most useful thing ever. It almost just makes me want to do it properly, you know, just try to do something similar. And the whole culture around it, of all the people who are so hyped about it, also just made it even more disturbing almost. Like, just seeing some of the first few emails I got about it, I just didn't have a good, you know, first impressions, and I knew it would be pretty useless. but I still wanted to stick around mainly for that workstation, because like I said, I like tech, I like free stuff, and this giant workstation set would definitely help out my channel a lot. But the people who are doing these tests were like, oh, who cares about a workstation? It's all about growing your channel, because this will definitely help you grow your channel. And if you care about a workstation, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. It's like, why? Why? Who are you? Why are you saying all of that? Don't you want a workstation? Do you really think that'll help you? Are you just shills? Were you paid to say all of that? It was so weirdly confusing. The whole aura of the whole thing just felt so off. And I'm really hoping that maybe someone will try to do something similar properly. But then doing it properly would also probably include trying to give more contextual advice to people, and I can't really see a way to do that, especially when you have, so many people taking part. And because you can't really go around and give even, semi-contextual advice to so many people. So maybe someone will figure something out. I don't know. I'm just more waiting until VidCon London 2021, if it will even happen. Or maybe, who knows, London will just be in ruins by February next year. Who knows anymore? But anyway, those are just some of my thoughts on the 30-day creator challenge by Derral Eves. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about it. It was something rather weird and interesting. Let me know if you participated in it. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. I'm very curious to see what you think. And hey, if this message inspired you, made you mad at Derral Eves, made you want to start a YouTube channel, made you want to quit a YouTube channel, maybe it made you want to burn your YouTube channel to the ground, whatever. If you want to support me, the best way is through Patreon, which is going to be down in the video description below. Down there you'll find a link to my Discord if you want to talk to me about this or whatever else really. And down there you also find some Amazon links if you want to, buy anything on Amazon. And why not? Since we talk about YouTube, I'm going to make the links linked to my mic, which I use for my videos. So if you want to buy it yourself, it's a really cheap mic, but it's so good. So yeah, if you want to buy that mic or anything else, links to that's going to be down in the video description below. But anyway, that's really it. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. If you did, subscribe, like, whatever. And I'll see you all in whatever next. Goodbye everyone, goodbye.